Because like for me, I like to take little nuggets from little people, but I don't like to replicate it the way they do it. I want to take it and do it in the way that it feels good to me.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Trini Drum Corner. This is season 2. It's been quite a long time since I've been here in the hot seat interviewing some of my favorite drummers from Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm getting straight into it. Today is one of those special episodes. Let me read out this gentleman's bio for you guys. This guy, right? He has his bachelor's in fine arts, in performing arts, and specializes in music. He also plays on cruise ships, right? On Carnival Cruise Line, right? He specializes in all these genres: gospel, R&B, hip-hop, jazz, steel pan, panorama. Especially, I'm really excited to hear some panorama stuff. And he also worked with Etienne Charles, Vonnet Bigford, Tony Paul, like all of the greats in the Caribbean. You just lump it into one because this guy definitely worked with them. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you none other than Mikael Forde. Woo. All right, I'll put the applause in post because, yeah. Yo, nice to have you, bro.
Bro, thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Yes. So, there's so much I want to pull from this interview, because you come very decorated in all your qualifications, your experiences, and at a young age. I don't know if you want to throw that out there to let the people know, what we're working with in terms of your age and all your accomplishments thus far.
I mean, 23, no big deal.
No,
big deal.
It's just 23 feeling like I'm doing this like 43 years, because all you had the first track, and definitely I find as a mature song to your approach.
Thank you.
Right? So you know how we just do it in the Trinidad Drum Corner. We want to start from the beginning.
Say less.
What was the influences, or who was the influences to get you into drumming?
So, well, for me, I started off drumming in church.
All right.
And
we in shouting out the church?
Deliverance Temple.
Right, boom. Pastor, whoever you are, yes. Like yourself.
So, I started off in church, and my church, we used to do a lot of traditional gospel, so like John Peakey, Marvin Sapp, like the old Marvin Sapp.
Really?
Yeah. So like those old, well, what they call Baptist songs,
Yeah.
Those shouts and And around that time, I used to watch a lot of Calvin Rogers. So
the OG.
Yeah. So he is the main guy for me. He was my foundation in drumming. He was my go-to when, I was just like studying and just trying to figure out what is. Yeah, just watching him got me through. So yeah.
But who was the first outside of so was it church, seeing a church drummer or just being around music in church? Was this the birth of your musical interest, or parents just playing music?
Well, my dad.
Right.
Bassist.
Okay.
So my dad was heavily into music, and so like growing up, it was like when he was, like heavily gigging. So late nights I used to hear him practicing, if not practicing, like just recording or like just dabbling in something like creative. So it's like I was just always around it.
Yeah. What band your dad used to play with?
Used to be a part of the fire band.
Really?
Yeah.
Just now. What's the father name? Stephen.
Yeah.
This is too crazy, man. This is too crazy, man. I play with your father, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was part of the fire band. Like, literally.
Oh, I didn't know that. I really didn't
like
know that. I really didn't know that.
All right, we're not going to cut, because, wow, I should have asked this before. Yo, that Trinidad really small, boy.
Yeah.
Trinidad
Wow.
really small, boy. No, your pops is a good man out here, boy.
Thanks.
Nah, we real pump and thing, boy. We using the same line in terms of doing snare and thing on the road, and alright. This is my demand son right here. Right? I did that. Alright, go ahead, pull myself back in. Alright, so now I understand who your dad is. Right? Major influence, because he's also an influence in my life, in that season. So this is really amazing how this works out. Alright, so now it makes sense. Now for me it makes sense, because I know who Stephen Forde is, right? So for the person at home, how did that interaction, or what was his encouragement? Is it just being around music, or he was just like, hey, well, I just play bass, so definitely I need a little drummer in the family,
No. Nothing was like forced, or like, it was just like, how to say it? I was just around it, and
osmosis.
Like for me, like I generally just found a love for it. So for example, not much people know this, but my first instrument was piano.
Okay.
I had loved piano more than drums, but
very interesting.
But
now tell us about the switch. How happened?
So I'm being real honest. So I started classes, because I actually wanted to get better, So my dad get me enrolled in some piano classes, and I'll be real honest, that teacher like sucked all the fun out of it, because looking back at it now, I was just impatient.
Okay,
because
okay.
as a musician, you have to understand the basics before you could.
Yeah.
But at that time, I was just eager to just play. And she used to just have me playing scales for hours. And for me, that was like,
Of course.
they're like, give me something more exciting. But looking back at it, I was really impatient. But at the same time, too, I kind of don't regret it because it pushed me towards drums. And from ever since I actively started to play drums, it just became like a safe space. It became where I could be myself, express myself,
So
and just have fun,
So you didn't have the same process in terms of learning the rudiments on drums? Did it feel the same way, or you had a different teacher, or it was just a little easier?
Well, when
deal
it
with?
came to drums, I would say self-taught. So I would say YouTube University.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. For me, it was just watching YouTube clips. And as I mentioned before, just watching a lot of Calvin Rogers, his videos. And I mean, well, we both know who Calvin Rogers is.
Yeah.
And like at the time, obviously, I didn't understand, but I just took like what I could and like what I could do.
Yeah.
I tried to apply it to what I already know, and just try to make connection between what he could do and what I can do.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that I could not is just to understand, okay, well, how do I approach these things?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And how was that season of development in terms of moving away from just being a drummer in church and believing in yourself to say, hey, I could actually make this into like a career?
So flashback to Form 5 when Time Trebet came to Trinidad from Videographers.
I was there.
That for me, like being in that performance, that for me solidified that I want to do this full time. Because for me, I just love the interaction between the bandmates. I just love the quality of music, and the musicianship on a whole was just like wow. And in my head, I was like, I want to be on a stage like that. I want to make people feel the way they made me feel. And in that moment, I was inspired by everyone. Singers, musicians. This is what you should do. Because, to be honest, I really wasn't on music that much, Like, for me, plan was, do Form 6.
Were you studying?
Huh?
What was your main subject? Were you studying?
As in
school, Form 6?
Oh, no, I didn't do Form 6.
Okay.
But the plan was after Form 5,
Okay.
Go do Form 6 and then go do law, because I wanted to be a criminal lawyer,
Yeah.
But
a lot of drummers aspire to be lawyers out there, boy. Jerome Charles wake up himself.
Yeah. But after that concert, that just changed. I was like, now, like music.
And
music,
who was the drummer? And then that was J. Nelson.
Okay.
Nelson, big up yourself.
Yeah.
Inspiring our youths. So there is this space between you being inspired, watching Calvin Rogers practicing, and somebody giving you your first gig because they say, you know what, this guy rich. He's sounding like I could actually pay him money, right, to cut this gig. What was that first gig and who gave you the opportunity?
I would say that would have to be with Tony Paul. It would have to
Really?
Yeah, because, well, yeah. Yes. It would have to be Tony Paul because that happened during my time at UTT. So yes, it would be him.
Right. So let's talk about UTT before we get into the gigging. Like, so you actually went to school. We just read out that you have your bachelor's. So you went straight from Form 5, right? Yeah. When the concert, right? Being Spanish, like, I'm doing this, and it was straight to UTT after.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. Like,
very clear. This is like the Lord talked to you. It's just like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then too, also, I mean, with the help of some teachers at Fatima as well, like, they were like, it's clear that your passion lies in music. Don't just waste 2 years. Just go for it. Like, shoot for your dreams, invest in yourself, shoot for it. And yeah, so, so I just thankful that I had like people around who also saw it and was able to give me a little push of encouragement to go for it. Yeah.
Who pushed you in the direction of UTT?
Uh, two people I have to mention. One, Miss Douglas. She was my drama teacher.
Okay.
And Mr. Krystian. He was the choir master at Fatima College.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. So, straight from... So, it was school, being UTT, and within that process, how much years in before you got the call from Tony Paul?
That would have happened within my second year. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. I want to make sure I have the timeline right. But yes, around the second year, yeah.
So I am interested to know, but we don't have Tony Paul here to answer this question. So what do you think he saw in that season that he's like, hey, this guy, I want this guy? Or probably there was a switch out in the drummers, it's like, and somebody's like, hey, we need to get Dr. Forde.
To be honest, I used to ask myself that same question. Because it's like, because I respect Tony Paul.
Because it seems like for those who understand who know Tony Paul is, it looks like you didn't climb up the ranks. You skip some steps, going straight to the big leagues.
I believe I paid some sort of dues in some way, because it wasn't just straight to Tony Paul, for example, we had a small group. Well, the name of the band was 7-5.
Yeah, that
was with Lemuel, Terell, Eli, myself, Quinton.
Right.
I mean, that's where it started,
Okay.
And yes, I used to.
But you're moving around as a unit in different places.
More or less, yeah.
All right. Well, you should have said that.
Yeah,
but actually, no. Well, you're getting paid to do that. I think that's what separates the professional from just,
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a start with Tony Paul. It was a start. That's true. The whole band, the whole crew.
No, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. Long story short, fellas. Yeah, boy, just troll you. Yeah, I tried to fight for you, but he forgot now, boy. All right, so yeah, so that was a nice season, then Tony Paul. But take a guess. There must have been something. As much as you think you probably wasn't qualified, you were doing something right? And obviously you've been educated in the field, and obviously you had your performances and appraisals and stuff like that happening within school and getting good grades, and everybody's like, I see that face with the grades. No,
of course, come on.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So you must have been doing something right for somebody to be like, hey, yeah, this guy do anything.
Well, what I would say is that thing, humbly speaking, I would say it's my, I guess, my hunger. Because I just really like to learn and be around better people to learn and to just help myself grow, because it's not in a way I'm leeching, but it's I just like to be around it because I draw inspiration from anywhere and everything. Yeah. So
that's good. So I'm gonna give you guys the opportunity to hear him play this track, and you'll understand a little bit about his hunger in the way he chooses to express himself in this track. Introduce the next track. This is the second track.
Okay, so firstly, I would like to say a shout out to Terell. He did the arrangement for this track. Terell, TKP, big up yourself. Yeah. And this is Nailah Come Home. So hope you enjoy.
So don't you ever let me down again. You said you're winning on you, so you better come through this time. Please hear my cry, and if I ever let you down, my friend, it was a misunderstanding. So I forget you for granted. Do you promise not to let?
I've been patient and I've been
arrg.
Bro, you're killing it. You're killing it. You're killing it. And that is thy passion. Thy passion. I real fire. For me. For me. For me.
Appreciate it,
For me.
appreciate
In terms of approach, right? Like, where you had to put your headspace to even start. So when you hear arrangement like that, like what you thinking about?
Well, two things I pay as most attention to is like the genre and then the arranger and well, the arranging style. So for example, Terell. I've been playing with Terell about 5 years now. So it's like I understand him. I understand
Chemistry.
So like, I understand how he thinks, certain things he would want, you know. And then within that so with that I just come up with like a blueprint of like, okay, what main theme or idea I will work with for like a section of the song. So like I like to break it up in sections. And then I don't like to narrow it down to just one thing. I like to leave space so that if creativity, intuition hits in the moment, I could just flow into it.
But how do you pick which section that you're gonna just let creativity flow?
I just let it flow for the entire thing. Like,
Okay.
so yeah, for the sections, I just have like a main idea.
All right. So like for this last song that we just went into, right?
Yeah.
How did you break up your sections in your mind to approach the song?
So I obviously had that introduction of a piece, you know. So like that first half would be when I did a little swell on the crashes and then into whatever groove. And I would consider that one section until the little fade out into like the verse that Nailah comes in. So from that beginning to that fade out, I would say that's one section.
Right.
And then our next section would be, I guess, from there until the pre-chorus, and then, you know. But then too, with arrangements, you could hear a definity with your sections. So I guess it's kind of like it helps because once you could hear it, you would feel it and you would just know, okay, this is a new idea, this is a new theme, you know. You kind of have to contribute to a new idea, to a new theme. So yeah.
And what is the process in terms of working through the different sections? So in the practice room, and it's like, okay, I feel this way towards this particular section, and do you just like try different things till it's like, okay,
I find it weird, but I like to exhaust all my options. So for example, like more or less like shed over the song.
Okay.
This is what I do.
First approach.
Yeah, I just shed, realize what works, what does not work. You know, because with certain genres, there's particular language that you kind of have to speak. So like I just try and figure out, okay, what are my parameters I'm working with, and then now, okay, when I realize, okay, where I'm working with, now I'm going to now bend and shift stuff to me now, where it's like, okay, I know I'm within this. Now it's like, okay, now I'm going to fill this up with me.
So wait, do you recording this and listening back?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Some people just, we shed over it, and I was like, I didn't like that part, but you don't know why you didn't like that part. So it's just like, now I want to know if you record and make sure it's like, this song good, but this didn't song good. Actually, I need to take a moment, right? A little birdie told me about some corrections that needs to be made, right? With this story with Tony Paul, right? Because the guy was your whole lecturer.
Yes, he was.
And you had me just thinking, you just jump from playing in church straight up to. So give me that part again.
Okay, so through UTT, I met Tony Paul because he was the lecturer of the jazz pathway. Yeah. And so in year 3, when you decide which path you want to choose, I decided to do jazz, and that's when I had like more interaction with Tony. It's like I always used to see him around, but I never really had that interaction. And it's only from there where it's like, okay, had more interactions, and then that's where, you know, other stuff came.
Long story short, the man had a link. That's just where it's so. Drummers at home, it wasn't like he work hard and thing and reach up to. No, it's just like, hey, I'm a lecturer now in the next building, so it's just like, you know, that's a joke. That's a joke. And we had to get the name correct.
Yes,
with
736.
Come on.
I don't know why I
come
said
on,
5.
Come on. They go and watch us on course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Terell.
Yeah. You should, Terell. Like, you should.
I'm sorry, guys.
And hit me up when you do it, because, yeah, I need to know that you do that now, boy. So, I get into my favorite part of this session today, because you are a 2-time small band national panorama winner. Yeah? What's that?
I mean,
Sorry.
yeah.
That didn't happen?
It did.
Well, come on. I mean, exactly. So I want to know everything about prepping for Panorama. What it's like being a Panorama drummer, in terms of getting your body ready, the stamina, the grooves. Like, so we had church. Then we went to a gospel concert. Right, be inspired, and it's like, I'm going straight to school to learn this. Went to school. Lecturer happened to be in the big boy spaces in jazz, so you get to play for 24, right? And then we in Panorama. How did that happen?
Okay. So to be honest, like I always knew Panorama was a thing, but I never really like been around it like deeply to actually like understand what it was. In year 2, the arranger for Uptown, OJ, my good friend, he came and he was like, hey, you know, looking for a drummer this season, you know, come and help out.
Sure,
I was like, well.
So that was a link again, or that's. So you see where this thing going, ladies and gentlemen, right? You know, just. And everybody had the same playing field now, but I don't know somebody who knows somebody. Yeah? Thank you for the truth. Yeah, I guess.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just Trinidad. That's just this links now, but it's just the. Go ahead.
But yeah, so like, so he came to me and he was like, you know, he need a drummer for the season, and I knew nothing about drumming for Pan. My only exposure to it was just drumming for the ensembles within school,
right?
And still, it wasn't as intense as the actual panorama scene. And you know, I've never drummed for Pan before on that level, you know, so it was just like, okay, I mean, I would try, but to be honest, I was really reluctant at first. I told him no, and he was like, you sure? And he kept coming back, you know, and he decided to give it a try. And also Marcus Ash,
okay,
yeah, he came to me and he was like, hey, I had to come, you know, Silver Stars and let's try a hand on the stage side, you know.
Right.
And same thing. I was like, nah, because at the time I was like, I don't really on Pan, you know.
Yeah.
To be honest,
you didn't have the connection.
Why are you using the connection? You're making it sound like as a
no, not in a bad
like
sense, but it's like some people grow up going to Panorama. Your parents carry you, like is a central part of the carnival for you. You go, you line, you take in the band. So that was it. I'm building the story in my head. I was like, I didn't hear the connection between growing up around Pan and in the Panorama. So I ain't saying in a bad sense.
I mean, I grew up next to a Pan yard, but I guess that I don't know if that counts.
But did it draw you in?
I always used to be fascinated. I always used to be real attentive when there's a drummer there.
Right.
So it's like, ooh, someone is drumming, you know, just go and peek. But I never used to really been in it, you know. Yeah. But yeah, so
you get a call.
Yeah.
And you was iffy. But you fall in.
Yeah. I fell in. I mean, that first season with OJ, I think he came 7th.
Alright.
But for like a first year of drumming for Pan, it was really eye-opening.
But just now. So now I have never been a part of Panorama. So there's a huge gap missing for me where somebody invites you to this pan yard to play for this band. You never play for the band before. Was like just going onto the kit and then the experience of live pan, right? Because it's not 3-4 pan around you. It's a whole orchestra.
Yeah.
Like, what is that feeling like?
Okay, so
You was nervous. It's like you think you know what you're bringing to the table. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I know what to do here. Like, what's that
So,
like?
there was a level of nerves because of the fact that this is new to me. This is uncharted waters. This is like,
Yes.
I don't know what is expected, but I just did what I guess was right. Well, what felt right to do.
Okay, I'm not gonna say you know what's right.
So
yeah.
like, I mean, obviously with the helper arranger, we're like little guidance of okay, what they're looking for in particular spots,
Right.
Like, try this here, nah, this didn't
Right.
work,
So
Yeah,
with the guidance of an arranger being
Yes.
present to say, hey,
Yes.
alright.
Also, too, I have to mention what really helped me out a lot was there was a year that Shaq came and played with Silver Stars.
Come on.
And-
Shaquille Noel, right?
Yes.
The Shaquille Noel?
The Shaq,
It's serious.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was serious.
And for that season, for me, he cleared up every question I had about Panorama and drumming for Pan. Also observing Leeson Jacobs.
Yes.
For me, I would say for me, Leeson is like the blueprint for Panorama. Like, if you want to get into Panorama drumming,
They told me that.
watch Leeson, study Leeson. He
Yeah.
is the blueprint. He groove, everything. Yeah. He best brings out that language for Pan.
Okay.
And that was also a problem for me. Because I wasn't around Pan, I didn't understand the language at first.
Right.
So I used to approach it from what I knew, and what I knew was gospel.
Right. So let's get into that, right? The do's and don'ts getting into a Panorama space from your understanding. So there might be a church drummer or a jazz drummer and somebody's like, hey, come on, play in this band for Panorama. And what are some of the hurdles that you overcome to kind of understand that this is what I have to do and this is what you don't do?
For me, I would say a hurdle, which was the biggest hurdle, was that discipline of understanding that this is its own genre.
Right.
Whereas in, you have to like treat it like that, I mean, like, yes, even though Pan has a lot of influences and Pan sometimes touches on different genres, but the whole style of it, it is a genre by itself, and you kind of have to just learn the language first. So for me, it was learning the language in terms of like, just like, there are a lot of cliche phrases, there are a lot of cliche like fills and grooves that, like, you just need to know.
Yes.
You just need to know
The language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, that was the biggest hurdle, just, first understanding language. It took a while, and thankfully for Silver Star stage side, because we were playing throughout the year, that gave me the experience and the time behind the drum set to kind of like connect the dots to figure out, okay, this works, this does not work,
Right. So
Yeah.
for someone who's now coming into it as a drummer, what is your encouragement? How should they traverse or navigate into actually learning the language, getting in the spaces? What can they do?
First, I would say try and go to different bands, listen to different drummers, because you never know, like, there's something that someone could do that could give you an idea, or could shed light in terms of like an approach that you could take, because like for me, I like to take little nuggets from little people, but I don't like to replicate it the way they do it.
Right.
I want to take it and do it in the way that it feels good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personalize it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
definitely going around listening to other drummers, listening to old calypsos,
Yes.
because I don't know how to explain this, but that helped for me a lot. Just listening to old calypsos, it helps with groove because Panorama style touches on a lot of calypso grooves.
Yeah.
And like just the way they arrange, because pan is very rhythmic. From a drummer's point of view, you have to play something that complements the different rhythms that are being played. And and for example, if you listen to like cellos or guitars when they strum, it's those calypso strums. I mean kaiso, I guess, but I don't wanna touch deep into that,
Sure, no problem.
But I would play it safe and say calypso, All
right.
Yeah.
So what I like to do now, because I love my audience so much, right? I'm gonna do something a little different in this season. I'm gonna allow the guests here today to actually teach us some of these grooves and approaches to calypso and approaches to panorama grooves. And how much you gonna touch on today? 2, 3.
So I would say two basic grooves with just kick, snare, hi-hat, and then 2 grooves when you go to the ride. Like 2 possible options you could work with when going to.
All right, let's start with groove 1. You have a name for groove 1? Something you can make up or something that is part of the language in the space? What our arranger will call it if you used to say, hey, play this?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people have different names for different things.
All right, give me a common one. What do you call it?
No, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's a no.
That's the thing. Like, to give a name for it.
All right, let's give it your name today.
Because then too, like with pan, like the grooves have a lot of space for interpretation as well.
Right.
Because obviously no 2 drummers plays the same groove the same way. And obviously with the arrangement, kind of have to swing the groove a particular way.
Yeah. But what I'm looking for now is the basic of the basic. This one everybody should know. Right? So then the name should be a common name.
Okay.
If it's one of the foundational grooves.
I would have to say Panorama 101.
Alright, we
Panorama 101.
Yeah, we taking that. Panorama 101. Let's hear it.
Yeah, basic, with 2 on the kick. You could also do a straight kick pattern if you're looking for more stability.
All right.
So,
what that song like? All right. So, what is the foundation? What do we need to keep steady in grooves like this? Is it the hi-hats? Is it the kick? Because I hear the variation with the kick, right?
I would say your kick. I would say your kick and snare like the most important, because you usually play them on the strong beats.
Yeah.
Which kind of like helps keep everything in line. Yeah. So your kick and snare is definitely the 2 solid stuff you have to have. But in terms of the cleanliness and the whole overall like color of the groove, your hi-hats as well has to be important,
And is there a specific approach to cleanliness with the hi-hats? Because I mean, even if you're just not open it a particular way, open it too much, then it changes the song.
True.
So what should we be looking out for in terms of mastering just the basics and getting this down?
I I would say you can leave it up to interpretation, like what feels good for you.
Right.
So yeah, because again, the way I would do it would be different to how.
Fair.
But when it comes to hi-hat, that's just like the icing on top, because you can play the groove with just kick and snare, but with the hi-hat you kind of fill the gaps. If you think about it, right? For example, the engine room or the rhythm section with the panorama, right?
Yeah.
It's basically like the drum set split apart, if you really look at it. So the big drum, or the dudup that people call it,
Yeah.
that's like your kick drum.
Right.
Your hi-hat is the scratcher. So your hi-hat patterns tend to replicate what the scratcher is doing, or if not replicate, complement what they are doing. And
then you have the iron person, and then somebody on the bongos, and
yeah.
So I'm gonna ask something very adventurous of you, right? So let's build a groove, stacking each element of what will be in our rhythm section on the drum kit. So we could probably start the groove off bass drum, add the snare, add the hi-hats, get into probably something on the ride or something on a tom, and let's see how all these things come together.
Okay.
Yeah, you up for it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You make my feet to move. No, that's nice. That's nice. So, what is the name of groove number 2?
So this groove, it has influence from, it has Latin influence with the cascara pattern on the right.
Yeah.
You know, for those people who don't know what the cascara pattern is, the way I learned it, pick up Josh Watkins, my percussion lecturer. So this is how we broke it down first. Pass the ketchup to East St. Louis.
Wow. That's the first time I heard this one.
So that is how it was taught to me.
Right.
So, you know, pass the ketchup to East St. Louis. Pass the ketchup. But the thing is, while playing the groove, I don't play the full phrase of the cascara.
Okay.
But you hear the main elements of the cascara.
So which words you leaving out? Ketchup?
I think I do play the full phrase. I think I do play the full phrase. But it feels like I don't play the full thing. You know what? Let's just listen to it and let's see.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So I must make mention of the ghost notes that is happening in between the cascara. Is there something specific to the cascara rhythm, or that's something that you decided or heard from somebody else in terms of the implementation of the groove?
I probably heard it from someone else, but I can't say for sure it was something I heard from someone. But it's definitely just, for me, that's just how it feels. It feels good to play that way.
Yeah.
For me, and it works for me. It works for me that way.
Yeah.
You know, because I have seen other drummers who play it slightly different. I may not be able to play like how they play it, but Yeah, but that's how it works for me, and that's how it feels good for me.
So I want people to hear this one more time. We just want to hear the ride and the ghost notes with the strong backbeats in there, with all the kick. So to understand the relationship between the ghost notes and the cascara pattern that is playing on the ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's also a next way you could play the cascara pattern.
Come on.
So it's a more soca groove. So yeah, it's I wouldn't consider it calypso.
Can we take
But-
it, boy? We are the
but-
Trini
but-
drum corner, and we taking
Yeah.
it. Bring the thing.
So
Yeah, there's that little sticky thing there. That's really good. That's
so-
good, guys. Yeah.
So it's like that is like a shorter version of it, but you
Yeah.
can hear that it
Yeah.
has
the strong notation around the cascara. Yeah. What is the exercise that we can all do as drummers? As you say, you're saying that we could sharpen up on the doubles. What are some of the exercises that you do to kind of get clean with the doubles?
Well, definitely practice a metronome.
Okay.
Definitely practice a metronome.
And what are we practicing? Just on the snare, or there's something in
Well-
particular around the kit that?
Well, if we're just talking like practice pad first,
Yeah.
so with a practice pad, what I like to do is I like to play doubles. Start off with quarter notes, then play it as 8 notes, then as triplets,
Yeah.
then as 16 notes, and then back down.
Well, they know how to make him play it.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So, for example, well, they don't judge him if it didn't come out, as the way he wanted.
Yes,
Nice. Now I go home immediately and practice that. Like now.
So
Like now.
that's what I do.
Alright.
And well, as you mentioned, with the kit, I guess that's where now you can just have fun with it. Like however you want to voice around the kits,
Anything comes to mind?
I don't have just one thing that I do. I just like whatever vibe I feel in the moment. Like if I just feel to fluctuate it around the thumbs or snare and thumbs or the ride and snare.
Yeah.
How I would leave that up to you and your personal time to
Yeah.
this, but you know what you're working with,
Yeah.
but it's just for you to know, because to me I see the value in when you have that personal practice and where you kind of like find a way or like find the fun in it when you spread it across the kit. So I don't want to like say, oh, this is what you should do, but I would just say like just take that simple exercise and you could just spread it across the kit however you see fit.
God.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, so to top this all off, right? Because this is what the people are here for, right? Just to be able to learn, to pull inspiration, to get into the mind of the drummers of Trinidad and Tobago, all right? Just take 2 minutes from basic to groove number 1, groove number 2, and certain fills and approaches that you might have between them. I just want to give 2 minutes just to go in terms of the rhythm, however you feel, however it come across, this is the Trinidad Drum Corner. There's the place to get it out, right? So, yeah.
Okay.
That's how you're feeling.
Well, that
That
would
is-
be a little extra.
That's how you're feeling.
A little extra.
Oh,
a little extra.
come on.
But
That's obviously, yeah. Come on,
But-
come on. Give it up, ladies
more or
and
less like
gentlemen.
that. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
see how it's like more like just like one bar fills, like nothing
Yes.
long and extensive, just
Yeah.
clear and defined to show that okay, I'm going into the next section, or
Yeah. What does it take to prep to be ready for Panorama and to win championships?
Oh wow. Well, I can't speak for other drummers. Like,
Come
speak for
on,
me.
we talking to a winner, so we want to hear what the winners is doing.
So, well, for a lot of people who don't know, drumming for Panorama is very exhausting.
Looks
Very
like it.
exhausting. So like the same way how masqueraders, like run the savannah, like just go to gym and like get fit for the season.
Yeah.
As a drummer, you have to prep your body physically for that amount of energy that you're going to be exerting, because it's basically like almost like every night for like 2 months straight. It's 2 months or 2-3 months, about 2-3 months just going. So definitely prepping physically, working on your fitness, and mentally too, because sometimes it's like you're tired, but you kind of have that willpower to go and push through, So there is a mental prep and there is a physical prep, but the thing is, mentally it becomes easier when you are physically there, that you could go for those long amount of hours, or you could go days and just giving like high energy.
Yeah.
So it's both mental and physical prep. For me, well, I play football every now and then,
Right, yeah, boss,
Keep
a
on
small
living.
sweat, yeah.
Of course, come on.
Alright,
I don't want to touch, Yeah.
Alright, vibes.
So
Yeah.
that kind of keeps me, I mean, I gym from time to time too.
Right,
I
right.
mean, nothing serious. Yeah.
I see it.
But yeah. But a simple thing is just, I would say the main thing is cardio.
Gotcha.
Cardio. Definitely
Gotcha.
cardio.
To be able to push.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And nothing on diet. You want to eat a big Sunday lunch and then go out there. Maybe not.
Everybody's body is different. So like
That's
for
very
me,
true.
I don't like to eat before I play. I rather eat after I play.
Right.
Because I hate that bloated feeling, or just,
Yeah.
And I tend to play lazier.
Right.
So like for me,
I
was
discipline.
yeah. And then too, and Panorama is a genre, can't be lazy.
Gotcha.
You can't.
Gotcha.
You just
Gotcha.
high energy, high intensity. Because as the drummers, like, you kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
So like if you're lazy, the engine room would feel and sound lazy.
Yeah.
Which will make the band feel and sound lazy.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to you have to be on top of things. In terms of energy, you have to be, how to say, you just have to give 100 every time, I mean, realistically, it's not gonna happen, because obviously they will have days where
Yeah,
you're
it's a
tired.
human being.
But-
Yeah.
But in grand scheme of things, you always just have to, hit 100.
That's good info. Listen, if all you're not subscribed after getting all this information, a little let me fall out now. Oh gosh, this good content. So please like, subscribe, and leave some questions because I don't feel like this would be the only time Mikael will be here. Yeah? I don't feel like this. Yeah, you definitely will be one to come back and teach some more stuff. You know, being 2-time winning champion, right? Yeah? Yeah? Could I ain't getting no amens in the house, but sometimes it's just encourage yourself now, but but yeah, let the people know because of time. I don't want to make this too long. So if they want your back, right? Tell them what they should comment underneath this video, right? You can also tell them where to find you on social media, right? You know, to send the boy some love and some encouragement. You understand? We had a whole conversation before the cameras was rolling about self-esteem, and he's one of them that don't put himself like that, and you know, you wanna touch on that? You wanna touch on that? You'll leave that private. Well, let's put some more videos now. Like he had a little spur of, you know, put out some content and thing, and then he just disappear, boy. Why, boy?
Why?
And you traveling the world on a cruise ship, real content, kicking every night.
Don't worry, this year actually
we getting something.
Yeah, no, like this year actually have stuff in mind, and I'm gonna hold myself accountable and follow through on it.
Hey, you say it here, no?
Yeah. Alright, you guys said it. I'm going to be posting more content this year.
I love it. Mikael, thank you very much for being
Thanks for having
a
me.
part of this. Guys, please like, subscribe, share. I want to hear all the feedback from this episode. Don't be afraid to let me know how I'm doing, right? Let me know who you want to see next. Let me know what are some of the things that you want to learn on this channel. And also share it. This is about local love. This is about the community. So guys, share it to all your friends, put it in the groups, and tag everybody. Start tagging the international drummers too. Let them know what's happening down here. And I will leave Mikael Forde to play us out on this last track. You want to introduce the last track?
Sure. To me, this track is just fun to play. Like, I love funk music, and I just like how this song kind of gives a kind of James Brown feel, with a slight little sprinkle of Michael Jackson in it.
Alright. And saucy them up.
Yeah, and then too, it's fun to play because also I just so happen to make a connection with like the funk groove and like implementing local rhythms with it because because of the backbeat. I mean, with the same cascara we were talking about before, you could do a groove with the cascara where there is a backbeat, so it sounds funky.
Alright, I excited to hear.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
1, 2, 3, 4.
guys, Mikael Forde here. I just want to say thank you to Trini Drum Corner for having me. Thank you to Fusion Labs for facilitating my episode. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who, has been in my corner, supporting me. Thank you to the new supporters, And if you want to see more of the stuff that I'm going to post, you could follow me at Instagram at m4868. YouTube channel coming soon. Don't worry, we're getting that. And and if you wanna see me back on Trini Drum Corner, just comment some heart eyes, or I exactly. Take it.